Welcome to Morning Brew with, yes, it's your girl, Germaine. Just give me a second. Just need to start over on Instagram so they can be invited into this conversation for Authors Brew Friday. I'm excited because, yes, we have none other than a dear friend of mine, Theresa Merritt-Watson, one of my best-selling authors, who is here today, and we're going to talk all about Blacks in. So let me just tell you a little bit about her before I bring her up into the studio. So if you were chiming in, let me know what you're drinking. You know, I'm always equipped with my hazelnut coffee. Let me know what you're drinking, or let me know where you're chiming in from. This is Black History Month. So, you know, we're going to get into what Blacks have been up to, what they've been creating, what legacies they're leaving behind. And we're going to talk to Theresa just really about her vision and her passion for educating us as a people, us as a country, us as young people, the little people too, kids too, but really preparing and equipping us on, you know, we as a people, we got a lot with us and we some bad people. So let me do this. Let me just bring her into the conversation real quick. Give me a second. Hold on one second. Hey, Miss Theresa Merritt-Watson.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you doing today?
I'm good. So, you know, listen, I said, let me bring you into the conversation before we break down really what's going on with you. Okay, because you got a lot going on. You got a lot that you're introducing. I can't wait to talk about the calendar that is, let me just pull the calendar up, okay? Listen, the Blacks in calendar that you have made available. So we're going to talk all about it. But let's talk about Theresa and who Miss Theresa Merritt-Watson is, her vision, her passion, her purpose. Now, I can read this from paper if you don't mind. You want me to read this from my notes? Or we could just get it. Let me do this. Let me say, today in our brew, it's going to be about ownership. You know, Theresa's very passionate about ownership of our history, ownership of our literacy, ownership of our legacy. So we're going to really dive into conversations with her today. And so she is, let me tell you a little bit about her because she's been going through this doctoral program. I am so proud of her. And she's going to talk more about where she's proud of herself too, because it's hard work. I can't even imagine. I felt like I was a part of her journey as she was going through it, but I am nowhere near the pain that she must have dealt with going through this journey, right? Yeah. But she is an educational advocate, a visionary leader who is activating the churches as a modern day engine of education justice. She'll tell you all about that and her passion for that. So she's doing this through Blacks In, which is her 2026 calendar that we definitely gonna get into because everybody that is African American need this calendar. Okay, her 15-second Sunday Black History Facts, that is literally, I mean, you've been having some viral moments with that. And so she also has her Lead and Read, which is a faith-based literacy program. Her Black Tech, Yesterday, Today, and Tomorrow, that is her collection. This is the first book, which is a bestseller, and she has 15 others to follow. Okay. Also, her Blacks in Daily Facts and her book club. Theresa, how are you managing all of this? Let's start there.
With a lot of good help. How about that? But I do enjoy it. And they sort of flow into each other, which makes it a lot easier. So everything that I do focus on the development of African Americans, because we just have such great legacy. And I think a lot of times it impacts where we are and what we do and how we perceive things. So
absolutely.
Spill over.
And, you know, I know working with you so closely, you are so passionate about educating our people. Yeah. I mean, so passionate. You feel your passion when you're in the spaces and rooms and stuff because you're unapologetic. You don't, it's like you're not making excuses. You're not apologizing. With you, it is what it is. And it's about our people.
It is about our people. I think there's so much we have to offer. And I think sometimes the kids, particularly the children, are suppressed in what they have to give.
Yes.
And that's where the problem comes in, because if you take a child that's struggling in a traditional school environment and work with that child, you could see the changes and what the potentials are for that child. And I think the system has been modified to not get the greatest yield from our children.
Wow. And a lot of times people that may be experiencing, and I know they're experiencing things like this in the education system. If you have children in the education system, sometimes parents don't know the right questions to ask. Or sometimes parents may not be as actively involved, thinking that the schools are going to teach their children. So you, in the vision that God has given you, is massive, to really be able to take this on as your assignment. And so I just want to say hi, Jean Gaskin Johnson, who chimed in and who's in agreement with us that there is definitely some problems that we can be solutions to. And you're one of those solutions. So can we dive into this a
Yes, but
little?
the one thing I do want to say is that while we're diving in, I believe that the system is not going to make the change for us.
Mm-hmm.
We are the one that have to make the change. And so it starts from home. I do know that we have a lot of dynamics going on within the community, but we as Black people must unify in order to
Absolutely.
make these changes that are absolutely necessary.
Wow. That you said a mouthful there. For so long, I think it's been designed for us to be divided, because there
Mhm.
is power when we do unite and when we do come together. So I take it some people have the brilliant idea, if we keep them separated, they won't be able to have the power to really do what we know they can do.
Right.
And so we
And
really have to get back to that place. Go
there's a
ahead.
lot of energy being put into us not being unified.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so, with them removing slavery from many of their statutes, for them removing, and Florida just got a new curriculum that include uh, the Trumps and their business ventures and some of the other people that would not be in a book ordinarily. And so other people, other countries are being highlighted. Martin Luther King has been taken out of some of the curriculum. And so it is really important for us, no matter where you are in your life, it's important for us to unify. And we can.
Mm-hmm.
We created things and done things when we didn't have the resources, because we know how to make it happen.
I always say that. I
Yes.
said, you know what? You can put us anywhere.
Hmm.
We can make something out of nothing.
Yes.
Nothing. And I think that's the power of what we definitely possess. And I think that's the other thing that really upsets a lot of the other cultures. That,
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't understand. We strip them of this, we take away this, we do this to them, and they still manage to survive.
Yeah. We're resilient like that.
Very.
Yeah.
So, whew. All right. Well, let's get into this. So, you want to talk? Let's talk about when this seed was planted in you, when this idea was planted in you, because you came to me with your book, Black Tech, right?
Right.
And I actually use this book. I've been using it this month, with it being Black History Month, just really giving some tips about the things we use every day,
Hmm.
like our cell phones, right?
Yes. Jesse Russell.
Yes, and a lot of people don't even realize you are using a device that was created by someone that looked like you.
Hmm.
And so, with that being said, let's talk about your vision, because it's not just Black Tech. You have a line of books that is coming forth, really highlighting and speaking to we as a people and what we've contributed to the world. not just the United States, but the world.
Well, I do have books. Blacks in STEM is my next book. I have Blacks in Music. Um, I have Blacks in robotics and mathematics and science, and the list continue to go on. But one of the things I would say is that the book itself, the books are written in a way that anyone that picks it up can actually learn a Black fact. I know that we get information and you have to read a book, but a lot of time the parents are so busy and not engaging. So if you pick up a book that is a chapter book, you might pick it up and glaze through it, or you may not. This book, every page, you learn about one of our Black people and what they've done. And it's not comprehensive. And so the kids, it's important to plant seeds. And so
Yes.
what I have done is I've chosen to give our kids, when they pick it up, wow, I didn't know that. Wow, I didn't know that. And that's what I want the parents to get. And it's written in that way. So they are all going to be children books. There's a few books that's not, but for all intent and purpose, that's why this is so important to me, because we do have the opportunity to make those changes.
I'm gonna tell you what's funny. When you first came to me about your book, right? And we published this in 2025. I know it can't. Hold on one second. It's 2025, I think, right?
Four.
I can't, I was trying not to say 2024 because time is really getting away from us. It's like you lose all sense of time. But when you first came to me and I was reading, the first thing I said, oh my gosh, this is genius. How you packaged it for kids, for young people, but it's relatable to us as adults.
Yes.
And even as I was going through it, it was educating me and bringing me into the knowledge of, oh my goodness, we've done all of this. And another thing you highlighted in this book is the HBCU geniuses. Yeah.
Yeah, I want people to really be in tune to the HBCUs. Even if you didn't go to one, you can have an automatic draft for an HBCU of your choice, and send them $5-10 every month.
Absolutely.
I think that's I and so many things come out of the HBCUs. Most of our doctors, they went to HBCU. We have a lot of researchers, and you see in the book, it tells you where the people came from, what school they went to, and you would see that the HBCUs, they doing what they're supposed to do. They're doing a great job.
Exactly.
And with great pride and
with great
what they're
pride.
producing, So.
Sometimes I wish I had made the decision to attend an HBCU, because it's just, you just miss out on something that you cannot get from anywhere else. To be honest with you, our people all coming together in this one location to learn higher learning, education. And so I love how you did that. To really, yes, HBCU pride, Hampton University. Yes.
I actually graduated from Shaw, but I have 6 kids, and 4 of them graduated from Hampton.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I just had a guest on who is a professor at Hampton, who is actually talking about the legacy of the National Black Journalism.
Oh, okay.
NABJ. And so, but yes. So, okay. Now that's Blacks In. Can we get into this calendar?
We can get into the calendar.
This is your latest and greatest. I'm going to pull up a picture. If I'm looking down, it's because I want to really shout out the blessed hands of your creator that helped brought your vision to life.
Yeah, Gerard.
Mr. Gerard, and I've been texting with him saying, please send me the video. But he did send me some images that I want to pull up and share on the screen. And let me see how I can make this possible. Now, I have the book in my hand, but you know what? I want to share this up on the screen. So give me a second. Let's pull this up and let's kind of, okay.
Okay.
So Blacks in. Yes. Well, let me start at the beginning, right? Hold on, because I'm trying to multitask here while we in studio, but I want people to really see what they're getting, because I know one thing that I shared with you is that when we put this all together, the images are so beautiful that people are going to want to take them and probably frame them.
Yes,
So it's multi-purpose.
absolutely.
But I want to get into, why did you decide a calendar was necessary? Because it is.
Well, I go to church, and one of the things, and during Black History Month, everyone seemed to be engaging and uh, bringing Black history facts to life. Well, the problem is that you do it that one time, and it should be something that's embedded into the African American community. So how would I actually do that and get people to understand without the importance of knowing who you are? It would be a challenge. So I came up with, the church has always been there as a civil rights leader for the African American community. And so I said, if you don't give them much, if you have it where they make an announcement and it's always a Black fact, that they don't have to go research, do things, they can pick from the 10, there's on each calendar, each month, there's 10 Black facts that you can select from. You got 4 Sundays in a month. You can select one for each Sunday. You don't have to go and research it. And what you're doing is giving not only your kids, your children, but the adults in the room, the ability to go and learn more about our history.
Yes.
And so lately, we've been looking at is not just the church announcing it, but there are auxiliaries and the organization like the Negro Women League, the Urban League, the NAACP. They have a meeting. Excuse me, and one of the things that they do is that you have announcement. Every meeting should have a Black fact if it's a Black organization. And I've narrowed it down from 5 seconds to 15 seconds. Nothing should exceed that. We're not trying to give a history lesson. We're just trying to plant the seed and let the kids know. And because once you plant the seed in a child's head, they will continue to grow and look for stuff and say, I didn't know they did this with corn, potatoes, they would do it themselves. I would love for them to expand on it, but we can't move if we don't know. And so this is one of the things I will quickly say to you. I did a presentation, and everybody in the audience was 55 to 85, and it was about 100 people there. And not one person, all African Americans, not one person knew any of the people that I was discussing in Black history. And the problem with that is not so much that they didn't know. If you don't know it, you can't pass it on to your children. And so here we are asking the kids to learn this, but the learning come from home. We cannot continue to turn our kids over to a system and just give them a blank slate.
Absolutely.
And so that's why I decided, and I absolutely love learning a Black fact every day. I learn something every day myself. I really do.
I want to pull up your Instagram page. I want to share that. Okay.
Okay.
Because it is full of facts about us. So let me kind of just scroll through this. And I was able to get the video so we could share your calendar video also. Thanks, Gerard. So Gerard is like your right hand, because he literally brings vision to life for you.
Yes, he does. And he does a marvelous job as well.
Oh my gosh. Look at his handiwork. Yeah. So But yes, I mean, when they come to Blacks In, they're definitely going to get some knowledge and information about stuff that we just didn't know that we should know. We should take the time and know who we are as a people. But yeah, and I tell you, a lot of your stuff has gone viral. People want to know, and it's so interesting. It's like the other people want to know more than us, you know?
Well, one of the things I will say is that as I speak to other people, this non-Black people, I make sure I tell them they need to know our history. You know, because we have taken the time to learn erroneous history. We give a kudos to somebody like J. Hoover. His name is plastered over the FBI building. We give, praises to a lot of people, that Robert E. Lee, George Washington, Lincoln. We give Daniel Boone. We give praises to these people, and these people were killing us.
Absolutely.
And then we give praises to people that, our country went all out for someone that really ridicules us every chance that they get. And so I don't see why we don't understand that it's absolutely important for us to take ownership of this. Take ownership. And we do a good job. We have done marvelous things, and we continue to do marvelous things. I look at Germaine and her robots, and she's like 42. And so I say that. I look at Kizzy and her research with Moderna, that COVID drug, and she's 41, in that range. And so our people are still doing things, but you don't know the greatness. And I think it's time for, when you think about the roof on your house, or the games that's made, or
Absolutely.
Martin Dean. I remember, I know some of your audience in life is younger. I remember when our computer was black and white. I want to thank Martin Dean, a Black man, So when I think about him, I just smile, because I do remember us printing it out and having to color in the charts, the color when we do the graph.
Absolutely.
So, yes.
Yep. And so, listen, he's in the calendar. So can I just pull up a quick video that Gerard put together for you for your calendar? Hold on one second, okay? Because I got it. All right, let me share. Okay, adding it back. Let me pull the screen up so we can see. And the thing is, I'm going to put in the comments, people can connect and go to blacks-in.com. It's that easy. blacks-in.com. And I'll make sure we put that up. But let's look at this video real quick.
Is finally here. A year-long celebration of Black pride, Black excellence, and Black history in motion. Each month features multiple Black facts, highlighting powerful moments, milestones, and achievements, alongside a featured Black icon of the month. From Muhammad Ali to Dr. Mae Jemison to Fred Hampton, our legacy stays front and center. Designed to educate, inspire, and uplift, this calendar keeps Black history visible all year long. Get the Blacks In calendar now at blacks-in.com.
Yes.
The Blacks In calendar is finally here.
Okay, listen, I'm trying to play it. Okay. Beautiful work. Absolutely beautiful. And so let's talk about how people can get this, because I don't want to miss an opportunity, for those that I was sharing it yesterday on Morning Brew, and someone said, hey, I need to get my calendar for this year. This is the one. So she said, please send me the information. So
thank you.
Yeah, let's get the information out. And so I'm going to type that in our comments, where people can go right over to Blacks In. Purchase their Blacks in calendar. All right. Okay, Blacks.
And if people want to get a Black fact every single day, every day you get a Black fact, you can do Blacks in underscore on and go to TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and you will get a Black fact every single day. Just follow me
Okay,
there.
so okay, we definitely need, so they can find out your social media handles when they go to blacksin.com.
Yes.
And they can sign up for getting their Black facts. Okay, so I put that there, but I want to put it up on the screen. Hold on, let me pull this. Okay, I want to pull it. Okay. Morning Brew. Purchase your calendar at blacksin.com. Also be able to go and make sure you get your Black facts through your social media handles. It's Blacks In, right? It's the same thing. Blacks,
Yeah, it's Blacks in without the hyphen, underscore, Blacks in underscore. And you can get a Black fact every day. I recommend that not just the individual that's watching it, but their children leave home with a Black fact every day.
Hold on, I'm going to share your Instagram also there.
And you could share the TikTok. If they TikTok and Instagram, the handles are the same, because I know that more kids use the TikTok. Yeah.
Okay. Blacks In. So Instagram is there, and it's definitely instagram.blacks.com/blacks in.
Yes.
Period underscore. There's a period underscore.
No.
Well, I just copied it from your actual page.
Okay.
I just copied the link. Just click the link. It should take you right there. I just copied it from your yes. Amazing. Amazing. And it's easy to digest, just to store that nugget. So all right. Now we do have some questions. So I want to get into some questions real quick. Theresa, you have been working. I say to you all the time, you are truly an inspiration. You are an inspiration. It's like, are you slowing down anytime soon? And you like, no.
Well, I will be more available in a few months.
In a few months. Oh, wait, let's talk about that real quick. So what has been going on with this doctoral program? Because you have been working.
I just got approval from the International Research Board, which I got my certification. So I'm really happy about that. And I've been working on that. And so now I'm at the point where I'm just being able to get my information, my surveys and my questions, start putting all that together. So I'm really happy. And so I'm looking forward to that. I don't think that'll be as foreign to me as all the reading and books and articles and trying to get a better understanding to our educational system and Black people. That's really my focus. So it's been a journey. I will tell you.
Listen, I know there was some nights you driving back from Philadelphia because you're attending Temple, right? My husband, his alma mater, that's where he went for his master's program.
Yeah. Well, yes, I did. It's a long drive because it's 425 miles from home, and I try to go home twice a month and stay for a few days and come back.
Oh my gosh.
I can write anywhere, since I'm in the writing stage, I don't have to be in Philadelphia.
Exactly.
But I plan to do a lot of work and stuff. Philadelphia needs it. It's a wonderful city, absolutely wonderful city. But when you spend a lot of time trying to rectify top up, sometimes you have to do bottom up. Our kids shouldn't go to school with trash on the street and they have to pass by it every morning. It's not just the trash. It reshapes your mind. It sends a message even before you get to school of how little you care. It's like going into a dirty house. And so you wouldn't want to eat out of a dirty house. If you did, it just reshapes who you are. So I think that some of the things Philadelphia is just It's a beautiful city. It has so much to offer. The history of Philadelphia, the Black history in Philadelphia, is unbelievable. They have preserved a lot of the homes that uh, Black people have lived in, and they've done a marvelous job there. They unite, trying to bring people together, but there's some bottom down things that are very important to the survival of people. And I just, if I was going to spend the rest of my life there, I would really fight for those things. But I do enjoy, I do enjoy Temple.
Yeah, listen, my husband at one point was like, "Hey, I could live in Philadelphia," and I'm like, "Not me. I don't have a desire."
But,
Nothing against it. I love it. It's beautiful, but I have no desire to live in
yeah,
Philly.
yeah, so, but I do. I've met some wonderful people and children, and some of the things break your heart because once you it doesn't matter where you are, but when you develop a sense of hopelessness, you got to unpack that to get to get to a point where you could say, I can do this. Absolutely. I am somebody. You develop a sense of pride. That's what I'm trying to do. And so when you talk about the calendar in the church, that we have also a nonprofit. And one of the things that I think with the nonprofit, we have lead and read.
Yes,
we
I was
have to be engaged in what we do and how we do it. And so in lead and read, and it's very cheap because we keep all the records, like, the student, the church, the volunteer. What it does, it says the African American Church, join us and join our nonprofit. Your members will get an African American student in the community. And the community could be anywhere in the United States. And that, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, but I do have a.
That's okay. Do you have anything to drink with you?
I left it on the counter.
You know what?
I'm going to have someone
if you need to grab it, then I can, set up Lead and Read for you. But yes, Lead and Read is your faith-based literacy program that you have created for an outreach.
And it's absolutely important for us because the church joined me, join a nonprofit, and then their members get an African American student, and their student will call them once a week and read for 10 minutes. We don't want any more than 10 minutes. And the reason being is because if a person not used to reading and you keep some people, you can read more pages. No, we want them to develop a love for reading. And you do that on a gradual basis. And so what happens is that you can go online when you're reading with the child and you can put in the notes and who the student is. And we keep tally on that. At every quarter, you get a report of what your church has done as it relates to our students. And so that's how we're going to change. We're going to change this thing on a gradual basis, but we can't keep sending our kids to school unprepared. They're going to learn about everybody else, people in Australia, not necessarily people in Africa, but people in England.
Yes.
Excuse me.
No problem. Mm-hmm.
And we're going to learn about other people, but we're not learning about us.
About us, exactly.
In fact, there was a guy that did a little speech on that he learned Martin Luther King, I think it was Jesse Jackson, Rosa Parks from first grade to 12th grade. Mm-hmm. Every time Black history come up, they got the same people. It's what the point he was trying to make. And all those people are important. But it is so much when you start doing a deep dive into this, you just you develop a sense of pride. I have some really pride in our Black culture because there's so much that we have done in the research and the science and cancer research. And so all these things we still participate in.
Absolutely.
So I do have a great sense of pride.
But you know what? It shows up. And so even when you're talking about it, you feel your heart. Your heart is definitely felt. And then it's showing up. The work is showing up. People are able to see it. Just something as little as, I want to leave a Black fact every day for our people to understand who we are as a people. So it's the little things. I want to establish this faith-based literacy. And what I love that you did, you brought the churches back into this. So it's almost like, let me refocus you. Let's not
Right.
lose our young people. And in the process, you all can learn too.
Now, what I will say that you don't have to be a member of the church to be part of their program. However, everyone has an ID number, and the ID number, even when we give out the ID number, it's not really to identify the child. It is for us to see what the church is doing, what needs to be done. It is to help the child grow, because you have comprehension, decoding, those type things that are going on in the child's reading that you could see. I give an example. We have a 10th grader, 11th grader that's reading at a 2nd and 3rd grade level. And so one of the things that has happened is that over time, when they don't see, because everything is phone based, they don't see the person, so they don't know the person, not seeing them. Over the time, they're reading at an 8th grade level. And so now they make their own decision. I want to do something with you. They bring their parents with them. But before, you have some kind of shame that you're not reading at the proper level. And so the kids don't want to see you. But so now people say, oh, you're not going to get someone 17, 18 to join the program if they want to learn how to read and don't want people to know, because it has such a sense of pride, I think is what I was told. They feel really bad that they can't do what the other kids do. And so this lead me into things that has happened to us. I guess there's pluses and minuses.
Let me say this. I want to kind of piggyback off that. So right now, how are you finding that this program is strengthening the relationships between church, family, and schools? Your Lead and Read program, because I do like that you said you don't have to particularly be a part of an organization, but where can they find this information if they are someone that wants to be a part of your Lead and Read program?
Well, it's synergytrainingsolutions.org.
I want to put that in the comments. So for Lead and Read, that they can find more information at. You can keep talking while I'm typing.
Oh, okay. But I feel really passionate about Lead and Read, because in a lot of churches, they get people in the community and now have, 10, 15 kids maybe to come into a reading program, a math program while they're at church. Well, the fact of the matter is, since it's phone based, you don't need to. We can get many students to be able to come and work it. You can work with them at one time. So that's one of the strength. And they don't have to leave home. The parents don't have to make arrangements and things like that. And as you see the child growing, because for us, you see when people look like you learn, the kids develop a sense of pride, a sense of belonging. They build their self-esteem. And these prison pipelines that we have, I believe that would decrease. I haven't done the research on it. But I look at Gloria Lasting Billings. She talks about how working with our kids and them knowing Black history, knowing who they are, it gives them a sense of pride. And you see them enter into a space in a different way. And so that's what I'm looking for our kids, for our students, for the parents as well, because they too become engaged in that. I have parents that have never really thought about the greatness that's within the Black community, within the Black people, and they have started sending me Black facts. So they are becoming engaged in how it really developed. It gets on the inside of their spirit that all this time I'm just going through the motion, but life is more than that. So that's one of the key things for me. I really love that program. I would love for more churches to join. And since I'm developing my own podcast called Blacks In, with a focus on working in our community, I'm looking forward to it. One of the other things that Blacks In can do, Lead and Read can do for you, is that it also can help the parent and the student if they're struggling in something in their work, because the student picks the book, or they pick the book together. And so that's, it's a few things you do have to do when you're working with students, but it's very, very simple. Like you got to go and get your clearance, which is very simple when you're working with a student, which is something that a church would have already done when they're working with students anyway.
Okay. How are you finding, do you find that people are seeing the value in this coming on? How are you finding that? Because everybody's so busy. Everybody got so much going on, and we tend to miss out on the value of our young people and what we're pouring into them.
Well, we are busy, but one of the key things is that sometimes busy keeps us from being able to look at what is right in front of us. So am I busy to get things? Am I busy? So this is my philosophy. You have your child and you have a window to plant valuable seeds and engage. And some people are so busy that they don't see it until, when a child gets 12, it's not too late, but it's difficult. And my thing is to plant those seeds at the beginning. If you don't plant a seed, and you have to do it at this juncture, I suggest to people rethink what's important in your family.
Cool, the values. Go back to your family values.
But some people have not created values.
That's true.
I do a team parenting class, and one of the things I will say that I've learned so much in those classes. I'm always, like, wow, but sometimes when you have parenting, you don't think about the cause and effect of certain things. And so sometimes people have not even thought about, what am I going to do next? And what happens when the baby do this? I had my first grandchild, and I will tell you, I didn't even remember all the wake up moments. But then as the kids grow, you got to constantly plant that seed. So it becomes like second nature to a child. You got to plant how to communicate effectively. You got a lot of hatred and innocent, violence going on in our community. And that is directly related to not being able to have the skills to communicate and solve these problems in a way that everybody wins, And so those are things that we can do. And I think when you start learning about who you are and the greatness is within you, and you have a sense of pride, then you will see a shift. And nobody's looking for a shift. Do you know that we're the only race that people put so much energy to have a stop gap for us? We're the only race. There's, what other race? You don't see them doing it for Russia, England, Britain, German, no other race.
Exactly.
So there's something there. We should be able to see that there's something there, and we have to pull it together.
And what better way than to unite,
Yes.
Coming together. I always say that we are many pieces of a puzzle that have to find where we connect.
Right.
We have to find where we connect. So, you are definitely doing a work that's building legacy and And I hope people see the value. And like I said, doing things consistently, starting off small, will bring about huge transformation that people will be able to take notice. And you're planting seeds of greatness for our people to be educated on who we are as a people. Don't believe the lies, see the facts, right?
Well, I will tell you, Germaine, one of the things that I was telling my son-in-law, that I really want to see 100,000 churches actually get on my calendar and start using it, utilizing it. And he said, 100,000. I said, yeah, but it's just a drop in the bucket for the number of churches that you have. But
right.
then you know that you're touching and reaching some people.
Absolutely.
And
absolutely. And you know what? It's going to take everyone helping to further that vision on. One person, this vision is too massive. It's too massive. And the thing is, every family can benefit from it.
That is true.
So
that is true. That's why I was, I when I was talking to a pastor, I said, you get more than one because you'll need one. But it's a nice gift for someone, for your church, for your auxiliaries. But we have to do something. This really is not about selling for me. It is about conveying the information. It just makes you become a different person. I've not always been secure about my Blackness, like I am today.
I wouldn't have never imagined that.
Yeah.
But I love how you own that too.
Yes, I do.
My Blackness. It's like with authority, own it, right?
I own it.
Yeah. Theresa, I tell you, it's like when I think about it, I say, why do they try so hard to destroy us? There is something about us that you just want to annihilate or wipe us clean off the face of the earth. Why? You need us. You need us.
Well, we have, if you start taking a look at all the great things that we have done and things that we can do, when we unified, you see so much come out. And then sometimes, you take Lewis Latimer, Alexander Graham Bell, and how sometimes we create things. People take the patent from us and we got to sue for it.
Exactly.
And
never get what's rightfully ours.
And even people don't believe that these kind of things are actually going on today in today's society. And when I really noticed it is when a young man, it was a white guy that I knew very well, and he created something while he was working with a major company. And so then all of a sudden he become wealthy, but he took credit for it, but he did not share the credit for his partner, which was African American. And
that's the story, Theresa. That's literally our history, even present day, and it's across all industries. When I worked in the music industry for so many years, and that's why I guess as a book publisher, I'm so passionate about people owning their intellectual property, because you know what, when that idea was downloaded and you had the thought, you had the words, you had the concept, when it came to you, you owned it. You owned it.
Yeah.
Before you decided to get into business with someone else and now they own it. So, and that's the name of the game. And you can look at a lot of these billionaires, look at a lot of things and be like, what's the foundation? Who did they steal that from? Point blank, Who did they take the credit from? Because we need to equip ourselves and become knowledgeable and understand the value of our intellectual property. Because it could be the very thing that takes care of you and your family for the rest of your life. And so don't be quick to just surrender it for a check.
Absolutely.
Pay you a percentage and they're going to make millions or billions off of your idea, your creation. Really think that through. Really think that
I agree. Because we'll and sometimes sometimes I say to people when they come and share their ideas, and they're working in different professions, and they'll share their ideas, and they just really offload. I told this person, sometimes you just need to keep it until you pull it
That's
together.
it. Walk in silence until it's
Yes.
ready to reveal it.
So
Walk in silence. Yeah, I don't know. I get real passionate about that because I've just seen too many people be violated and have their creation, their songs, their, just have things taken from them while somebody else is reaping the benefit and literally walking around in a boldness like they created it. And so, but listen, is there anything you want to leave with the people? I mean, this has been so insightful. Before you do that, I want to just read through pretty much just the things that you are birthing in the ecosystem under Blacks in, under Synergy Network. The Blacks in calendar, please. Let me put that up again. It's in the comments, but I got to find it in the comments, right? But okay, I want to put that back up on the screen for people to be able to go get their calendar beautifully, beautifully created. Be proud to put it up in your space for people to ask questions or say, hey, I didn't know that. Go to blacks-in.com.
Yes.
To get your copy of the calendar. And Theresa, how much is it, just so people know?
$18.95.
And it is worth every single penny and then some.
Yes.
And then also the 15-minute second Sunday Black History Facts. Make sure you go over to her Instagram. Make sure, and let me see if I can pull that back up again also, or on her website, blacks-in.com, so you can gain access to get your information daily also. All right. The Lead and Read faith-based literacy. Now, you said that they can go to your website, right?
Yes, synergytrainingsolutions.org.
Okay, hold on, because I want to put that up too, because I want to make sure people have access to getting the information for themselves, for their children, for others. Synergy Training
Solutions.
Okay. .org, right?
Right.
Okay. All right. Let me see if this pulls up, and then I can copy and paste. Okay, I must have did something wrong. Synergy Training Solutions with an S at the end?
Yes.
.org.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I might be doing something wrong here, trying to
SYNERGY training.
SYNERGY Solutions, SOLUTIONS.org.
Yes.
Okay. Let me put www in front of it. And all right, did you guys get that? Because for some reason, I'm trying to pull up the site actually, so I can just populate. But definitely, they can link to Synergy's training solutions right from blacks-in.com, right? Can they get there?
Okay. I will make that possible.
Yes.
But I haven't linked that together. I will
We're gonna make that possible so they can navigate through, because what you're doing is absolutely incredible. Feeding us, giving us the knowledge to be able to know how to navigate and know who we are as we're navigating along this life's journey. So is there anything you want to leave with the people that are out there listening? And thank you all for your comments and, really appreciating the value of what she is bringing forth for us to all be able to learn from.
Well, I think we all can participate in this journey. That's and I would love for everyone to participate. If you go to church, please ask your church, your auxiliaries to get the calendar and make it part of your system, where you say today's Black Facts. I belong to the Negro Women League. I've asked them. I belong, of course, life member for NAACP. So I've blessed a lot of those organizations as well. But we have to start and make it important, not just
Yes.
let our kids go to school and we depend on other people information. This is where we're losing our children. It is our job, and I'm helping you do that job. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. Listen, one last thing. Now you have synergynetworkllc.com also. Can we share that with them? Is that
yeah,
okay?
and what I do there, I do a lot of training with Synergy Network, like
Okay.
parent training. I do get a love and for um, working with kids, with young mothers and fathers. What people don't think about. We have a ninth grader.
Yes.
He has a child. In 3 years, if she trained, if she learned some things about this journey of being a parent, then the transition of her child in 3 years before she finished high school, she will have a child back in the system. And that's why I say there's so many moving pieces that you got to work it together in
Yes.
order to make these things happen. And so a person that's struggling, raising a child, by the way, is very difficult. I have 6 of them. But I did my husband was there to help do all that. A lot of time when you're young, you have nobody.
Yeah.
So,
You're trying to figure it out, right?
and now that he's no longer here, and I'm looking at my grandchild, I'm like,
Congratulations on
it's
your first.
my very first. You think I have a lot having 6 kids, but I don't.
Your kids are busy. Listen, successful, doing their thing, living their
Yeah,
lives. So
you know, but the journey is very difficult. And I think when we start looking at unification, one of the things you see that all these pieces mixed together, combined together, we're trying to encompass that. And so none of the things that we do are separate. They're all connected. And so
yes.
that's one of the bigger things that I like about this journey.
And you know what? You're never alone.
Yeah.
Never alone. So, I am so thankful. I'm really thankful that we crossed each other's paths, that we were introduced. I had the opportunity to be able to be a part of your journey to help publish your book become a bestseller, and be a part of your calendar being manufactured. And here we are today. I'm grateful. I'm always grateful when God enters those into my life for us to connect our pieces together. Some relationships are just destiny driven. Some are just passing through the nights, right?
That's true.
Along this journey, but being able to connect with people that are special, that are full of vision, that have a heart for people, you are definitely one of those people. So I'm grateful that you share in my space with me as well.
Well, Germaine, you know that I have a great appreciation for you. We have laughing time,
Yes.
so that's and it's just so refreshing. And I just really appreciate you having me on today because I love talking Black.
Yes, you do. I love
it. I do. I do want more people to engage. I want more churches to engage. I want people to understand that this is something that has to be done. I want to leave you with all the things that the lack of information, the misinformation that we are given.
Yes.
It is because we aren't as engaged as we should be. Because we would, if we don't want something to happen, we just stand our ground on it. But we have let curriculum after curriculum after curriculum, we've taken away things and build sense of pride in our school, in our children, build our self-esteem. Thing for like social promotion was one of the things that always bothered me, because people think that there's just something in school.
Yes.
When you lie to a child, it takes on a long path of different things that are happening and justification. I can do this because these adults are lying to me. The rule is that if you have to meet these qualifications to go to the next grade. But then now they say, okay, well, you didn't meet this. I'm gonna send you to the second grade, and you'll pick up some second grade stuff while I try to learn the stuff that you got in first grade. And then you didn't learn the second grade thing, so I'm gonna do it to third grade. Then you start getting your testing, and what happens to the kid is not necessarily now they learning that adults everywhere just tell lies. I didn't get it. I have the ability to get it. Let's fix it early on. You don't have to follow the curriculum when you have some deficiencies. Reading is the core of your learning. And so you don't have to follow that. And what you need to do is stop right there and say, let's fix this before I move you on to the next grade. Because it's fixable.
Exactly.
But, our kids, and if it was the shoe was on the other foot, what will happen is that they would take care of it. If it was not the African Americans where the numbers are large, then this problem would be taken care of. There's no way that some of the things that happen, when they happen to us, there's no real stimulation or excitement to get it fixed.
Okay.
And I'm saying that we can get it fixed.
I'm sorry.
So I'm gonna stop talking because
No. Someone just said to me, I don't see her social media, so her socials. So I want to make sure. I'm trying to grab your socials and pull them in, but I know we have your Instagram. I want to make sure people have access to connecting with you because you have something so powerful. So right now I'm pulling up her Instagram, and I think everything is across the blacks in.
I know when I pull up my Instagram, that period is not there. You can
Hold on, let me see. I'm gonna pull it up on the actual screen, okay? Your actual Instagram page, so we can definitely. I'm gonna pull it up in our screen real quick, so we can share that because we definitely want to make sure people can gain access to you. All right, so let's see. Do we see it? Blacks in. There's a period underscore.
I've never used a period.
Sure. Let me get out of that. Uh-oh, I don't pull something up. Now I'm trying to get out of it. Okay. And so here I'm looking at. Okay, I'm looking at the address bar. I don't know if you guys can see this with me, but I want to make sure people definitely have access. And that's the logo, the Blacks In logo on Instagram. It's on your TikTok, and your numbers organically are just, people are really gravitating to this information. They want the information. So you're saying it's the same thing on TikTok also, that's on Instagram, right?
Without the period though on TikTok. And I actually don't use the period.
And it pulls it up. Just type in Blacks In. Okay.
Yeah, Blacks In _.
Okay.
And that's it.
Okay. All right. So yes, we're going to definitely take a few moments to make sure we get this information. And for people, please make sure you go and you grab your calendar before she sells out of them. Okay. All right. So, all right. Well, with that, let me pull this down. I hope everybody's getting, and please, if you need to figure out how to get in touch with Theresa Merritt-Watson and you can't, always go over to morningbrew.com, go to hovpub.com, and we'll definitely get you in touch with her. Okay. Yeah. And I think over on the publishing site, you can just click a link and it'll take you right to her as well too. So, all right.
And I will say my book is still for sale.
Oh gosh, yes.
Black Tech is still for sale.
Yes, it is.
I look for kids to get it and start learning early.
Yes.
Early about the greatness that is within the African American community. It is so important. And, I wear mine, so.
Theresa, I want to also add to that. It's not just for kids. That's why I said it was genius when she decided to package it for kids. But adults, it's for us also.
Yeah, you do learn a lot.
We definitely learn a lot. Well, Theresa, I don't want to tie up your time because, me and you, we get on the phone, we start talking, and it's like, okay, we got to go. But I do want to, in our final sip, I just want to say, as a recap, and as people are going out on their journey today, Theresa reminds us that education is not optional. It is a generational strategy. The church is not just a place of worship. No, it's a place of wisdom, a place of truth, and a place of transformation. And so when we take 15 seconds a week to speak with truth, when we take 10 minutes a week to mentor, when we commit to consistency, we change the trajectory of our children. We change the economic future of our community, and we change the narrative. Small moments shared consistently creates lasting impact. Small moments. You don't have to overwhelm yourself. So today, I always want to make sure I encourage people. Take a pause so you can pour into purpose. Teach something, read something, and lead someone. That's what you've done, Theresa. That's what you've done here. So I appreciate you. And I thank you all for your comments in the community, really giving her the encouragement, seeing the power in her vision and what she's doing. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by and for coffee and conversation today. So, Theresa, what's next? Get that doctor degree, right? Finish up this dissertation.
I will be finished shortly.
You gotta celebrate.
So, Germaine, I like to be able to tell them that I am starting a podcast once a week.
Yes, you are.
Talking about that. And it will be under Black's Inn.
Great.
So you'll be able to find me.
I love it. And you know what? And she's a friend of Morning Brew with Germaine. So we definitely going to make sure you know when all that is coming and when it's going live. So she'll be back. She will be back. Theresa, have a wonderful day. Be safe out there, along with everyone else that have joined us today. Be safe out there. Make sure you stop by and get a copy of your calendar at Blacks. Look, blacks-in.com. Make sure you get your copy, okay? And also pick up Black Tech for yourself or your child or someone else's child, okay?
Yes.
Have a great day, Theresa. I will be in touch with you. Be safe. And
thank you. And I really appreciate you having me. I really do.
Anytime. So this has been another Black History moment. I'll talk to you soon. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.